Hello there and welcome to another video from Change Tips and Tools, and it's me, Phil, the Brummie that hails from Birmingham, England. And I'm here today with a video on doing running totals specifically within Excel tables, and I'm going to cover three scenarios. One where you want to do just a standard running total against your table. The second is if you want to group your running total. So for this example, we're going to look at products and group it by product. And then finally, we're going to look at how to do a running total by two criteria. So by product, and then for it to restart, say for example, if you go into a new year, or by month. And we're going to use month for this example today. Now, if you want to follow along, follow the link in the description and you can download this Excel file so you can see if you can repeat what I'm doing. And hopefully you can if I explain this properly. But don't worry, it's easy. So, without further ado, let's do this. So, the first one, we're going to use the sum function to do a standard running total here. And I'm going to do equals, and use the sum function. So I want to do a running total of my sales here. Now the first thing to remember about this, in any of these, you need to have it in a sequence. So for this, I've got it in date order, ascending. Yeah. So I'm going to select the header of the sales. I'm going to press F2 to put the cell into edit mode, and then I'm going to enter a colon. And then I'm going to select the row below it, like so. The first row, and this is exactly the same as doing sum open bracket dollar D1 and lock that down, then doing a colon and then doing D2. And by doing that, as you copy it all the way down, is the second part is a moving range, then it's expanding that range, and that's how we get that running total. So that's the same principle that we're doing here. So if I close the bracket on that, let's see if the magic happens, and there you go. There is the running total. So you can see there's the sales, 23 plus 16. You can see down here on the bottom we've got 39k, so that works. Now the other thing that we can check is to make sure that this 1.4 million here is, let's use the automatic totaling row for tables. So if with the table selected, this is a tip as well, by the way. If I do table design, I can add a total row. Now it's all going to automatically add something there for my running total. I don't want it there, so I'm going to do none. And as you can see, I can do loads of things here, loads of functions here. But I'm just going to use the sum function. So I'm going to go on the sales column and do the drop down and do sum. Let's expand that so we can see it. And there you go. 143859, 143859. So that's the running total. Now, where this particularly falls down is if I filter on, say, a product, widget A, you can see that I've got 200,000. That's the total for my widget A sales, but I've still got the total running total for the whole of the table, which I don't want. I want a running total by widget. So let's look at how we do that within an Excel table. So again, I'm just going to remove this filter. And here's another tip. If you've got loads of filters and you're trying to figure out where your filters are and you want to clear them so you can see all the data, don't bother searching through all the headers to see where the filters are. Just select your table or your data range, do data, then over here, just click clear, and it'll remove any filters that are on that table. Easy. Now I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to insert a column to the left, and I'm going to call this, let's expand that so we can see it, I'm going to call it running total by product. Now the function I'm going to use here is the SUMIF function. So I'm going to do equals SUMIF. So the first part is I need to provide a range that I'm looking at where my criteria sit. And that range is going to be my product. That's where my criteria is, because I want to do a running total by product. So I'm going to select the header. Again, I'm going to press F2 key. Then I'm going to do a colon. Then I'm going to select the row below. the first row in the table. So that's my range. And the criteria, if I do comma here, is I'm going to then select again the first row, and that's my criteria. If I do then do comma, or comma should I say, if I do comma, I'm then going to select my range to do the sum, and that's going to be sales. So again, I'm going to select the header, press F2 again to go into edit mode, enter the colon, and then select the first row in sales. I'm then going to close the bracket on that and hit return. And now I've got a running total by products. Let's test that. So again, let's filter on widget A. And there you go. You can see that I've got a total of 200,000 there, and I've got a running total by product of 200,000. And again, it's adding these up in a running total. Perfect. Now, what if I want to do it by where I want the running total to restart, say at the end of in a new year or a new month by product? Well, let's look at it by month, and let's enter a month column in here. So again, I'm going to hit the data ribbon. I'm going to clear my filter. Now on the widget here, I'm going to, or product column, I'm going to right click on it and insert a column to the left. And let's call this month. And let's expand that so we can see it. And I'm going to use the month function here. Now you'll see, if I click on the home ribbon, you can see this cell is a date at the moment. So I'm going to do Shift, Control, and the down arrow to go to the bottom. You can down to the total column. I'm just going to go just to the top there. And I'm just going to change that to a number. I'm going to get rid of any decimal places there. And let's do equals month function. Select my serial number and then close the bracket. And that now gives me the months. So you can see January there, you can see Feb and so on. Brilliant. So expand that there. So let's now look at doing a running total by product and by month. So I'm going to right click on here. I'm going to do insert a column to the left of my running total by product. And let's call this RT by product and month. Yeah. And the function I'm going to use here is the sum ifs function. So I'm going to do equals sum ifs. So my sum range is going to be the sales again. So I'm going to hit the header. I'm going to do F2 to enter into edit mode, and then I'm going to press the colon and then select the row below. Yeah. And then I'm going to do comma, and I'm going to enter my first set of criteria, which is going to be the product. So I'm going to select the product header. I'm going to do F2 to go into edit mode again. I'm going to do colon. Then I'm going to select the first row on the product column. I'm going to do comma, and again the criteria is going to be that first row in the product column. I'm going to do comma again. I now need to do my second criteria, which is going to be the month. So I'm going to select the month header. I'm going to do F2 to go into edit mode and do colon, and then I'm going to select the first row of the month. I do comma, and then again my second criteria is I'm going to select the first row like so. And then I'm going to close that bracket. Let's see what happens. And there you go. I've now got a running total. So let's filter on product F. And let's see what it's doing. So again, sorry about that. Somebody just rang my front doorbell. So if we look at our sales, and let's look at January here for widget F, is that you can see that I've got a running total. And if I look at that for January, my total down here is 55k, and you can see there's the 55k on my running total. You can then see when we move to March here is that the running count resets and it starts again. And then if we look at May, you can see it's adding the two instances in May. So again, if I look at those there, I've got 56k there, and there's my 56. And then it resets again for each month in June and July. Perfect. And there's a running total by no criteria, so just a basic running total for your table. We've got a running total by one group, or we've got a running total by multiple criteria. And that is where I'm going to end today's video. I hope you found it useful and informative, and if so, please remember to click that like, subscribe, and smash that notifications button for future content. And as always, I wish you an absolutely wonderful day wherever you are in the world. Please take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video from Change Tips and Tools. Bye bye now.